Heroes, once a reflection of what their creator believed to be admirable in any individual of action. And then there are modern heroes, which are what happens when someone with a morality more busted than Michelle Pfeiffer's Hyman self-inserts into an idealized version of themselves. Often at the expense of older, better-written characters. Take Luke Skywalker, who has failed his mission, his spirit crushed to the point that he is just waiting around to die on an island on some god's forsaken planet at the end of the universe. Or perhaps we should take a look at Rocky, who by the time of Creed is refusing to get treatment for his cancer because he has just given up on life, despite his philosophy on life being one of picking yourself up after defeat. All of the old heroes of yesteryear have firmly hit the Fat Elvis phase. In spite of the characters' actions and their stories, they are always brought back as some haggard washout. The heroes of yesteryear are deconstructed to prop up the heroes of today. Believe it or not, this is not a particularly good way to make people like your characters, as you've just tore down the reason they came to the movie theater in the first place. The mentor character is important because they are a link to the past of the setting. Studios seem to want to pass the torch of characters, and not only do they not put in the work to make that happen by having them slowly earn the mantle by hard work and significant character development over several installments, but they actively undermine and humiliate the supposed mentor character by making them downright pathetic, while their supposed protege is perfect in every way right from the start. Take Rey from Disney Star Wars, who, instead of being a character who has innate talent that needs to be brought to its full potential by a talented teacher, she is instead perfect from the get-go. And really, why would she need Luke Skywalker to teach her anything when she can just show him up at every given opportunity? And before anyone says that I am being a hypocrite in regards to Luke or Vader, may I remind you that neither of them could actively use their abilities until they received significant training from a mentor who knew what they were doing. And they were allowed to fail without this help. Luke loses a hand, and Anakin gets crispied in both cases because they didn't listen to their teachers. But that's just Star Wars. Let's take a lookie at a few other franchises for a second. Marvel has several shows that take the tack that a lot of le current year projects take. I will be speaking about two in particular, that being Hawkeye and She-Hulk, where the mentor characters are constantly undermined and belittled to the point that they cannot be taken seriously. Although, to be fair, Marvel has gravely misused Hulk at every given opportunity, making him little more than substandard comic relief. But during She-Hulk, he was made an absolute joke, because She-Hulk was just perfect. Hawkeye was turned into a bumbling retard who went from being one of the most intelligent and conscientious characters in the MCU, to being an irresponsible idiot who needlessly endangers his self-appointed replacement because the show writers needed this to happen. After all, what could the perfect self-insert possibly learn from a hero with decades of experience dealing with the worst threats to face mankind? And this doesn't just happen to male mentor characters. Look at Sarah Connor, who goes from being the best action movie mom ever to being a broken nihilistic failure that couldn't protect her own kid. To attempt to tie this monster of a script off before my brain completely fizzles out, Hollywood seems to want to milk characters for all they are worth, and instead of just recasting them, we get a lazy successor character that spends every second of screen time they share with their predecessors belittling and degrading said predecessor. And that, as the failure of the cited examples I've shown in this video, has proven to not be a recipe for success. And in fact, tends to damage the brand significantly, to the point that you can't even sell Star Wars figurines anymore. But for now, that's all I've got for today. Tell me what you think down below. This has been Pete, the Radical Nerd, signing off.